the streets I used to own.
Coldplay is the most successful British band of the decade. They've sold more than 40 million albums worldwide. And though they've been knocked, which is par for the course, they've balanced this commercial success with critical acclaim. 7 Grammys and 6 Brit Awards. In tonight's South Bank show, we follow the band on their world tour, collaborating with other artists, behind the scenes at the Grammys and the Brits, and back into the recording studio as they work on new material.
I just want to get the performance good, you know, we're always shit on TV. Always.
Let's go!
The band's coming to the end of a 163-day tour across 112 cities, playing in some of the biggest stadiums in the world.
Before we went on tour, I'd only been on a plane to Aberdeen. You know, that was kind of the furthest I'd been. So it was, yeah, life-changing.
Yeah, ha, 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 ha. 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 Yeah, ha, 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 ha.
What about, is everybody all right? Everybody okay? Everybody happy? Tanoshinderu, I remember that, yeah. Got to try and figure out how to speak some Japanese and stuff, which is always a disaster. So God only knows what it sounds like when a singer turns up once every 3 years and tries to say what a nice day it is. You'll see like 15,000 bewildered faces. Damn. The problem is with this one, I can't remember what each thing means.
As I'm talking to you, you're just coming to the end of a 163 concert tour. It must be fun, isn't it, standing up there playing your music?
The feeling before we walk on stage, I don't think will ever disappear. It's just such a great moment. It seems like we're on stage for about 5 minutes before we're coming off again. So it's always a thrill.
When you're playing live, it is a very addictive feeling, and it's hard to match it. When the lights go down, just something like whooshes through you.
Literally just before we go on stage, when we're standing by the side of the stage, we just have a little moment where we, all get together and remind each other of why and how we're in the position that we are, and that it's an opportunity not to be wasted, and then we go on with our little sparklers.
They are turning my head out just to see what I put out, keeping my head down just to see what it feels like now. Oh, I have no doubt one day we're gonna get out.
Those 90 minutes or 100 minutes are so hyper-real. Everything is so full-on. It is the best possible thing you could want to do with your life. It just doesn't get any better.
When you release a record or start a tour, once all the press noise is over, you're left with whether the person in row J looks interested or not, or whether they're singing along, and that's the only time when I really know if something's good or bad.
Yeah.
So if you notice, because when you're singing in, I don't know, Wembley Arena, you can only really see the outline of the exits. So in some songs...
Oh, that's a nice message, isn't it?
No, but in some songs, all you can see is a clear doorway, and you can hear the crowd singing, so you think, wonderful, this song is great. And then it's when the light all starts getting blocked and everyone's going to the bathroom.
Toilet break song.
Then you're like, okay, that song's out.
We should never have put that song on the
And
album.
I know some other singers judge it that way as well. You judge it by the bathroom breaks.
Not so much the litmus test as the lavatory test, is it?
Very much so. Yeah.
It's always just flattering, when people sing, and you'd never take it for granted or get bored of it, I think when you're in a big room with that many people, it's very difficult to not be affected by it.
It makes me laugh sometimes that these things that you've written in the heights of loneliness, in the middle of the night when everyone is asleep, then suddenly there's like 20,000 people singing it with you. It's such a funny transition, because you couldn't have started in a more individual place, but then when it finishes up in such a collective atmosphere, I mean that really makes me purely happy. That's what I'd say. Pure happiness.
皆さんこんばんは。楽しんでる？
But it's wonderful to see the kind of life force and vitality that comes off there in Coldplay's music. Yeah, they are one of our biggest influences. I mean that sincerely, because they raised the standard. They upped the ante.
Well done, everybody.
And as a lyricist, I think he's up to something very interesting and quite subtle.